Mom, I meant to tell you this before Joey went to jail. I didn't think it was necessary because I didn't want to, have to prove myself or for him to prove himself, but I went through his phone. I went through his emails. I went through all his apps, his bank statements, everything and anything I went through. And what did you find? I found nothing suspicious. Okay, I don't mean to be Miss Skeptic here, but he's a very sneaky individual. And when it comes to someone's phone, he could have done many things to hide something or delete everything knowing that you might ask. It's Joey. Okay, but I also want to point out that this was unprompted. He didn't have a chance to delete anything. I listened to you and I said, give me your phone, let me check everything. And he did. And there was no red flags. He showed me all his locked folders. There was nothing, Mom. And I'm not justifying it. I'm not trying to paint a picture of he's this awesome dude. I'm just telling you ever since I left the hospital, there really hasn't been any red flags. What I would like to know is, why are you suddenly telling me all of this? You know, it really sounds like you're sitting here and defending him, knowing what's about to happen, I guess, right? Because, Mom, we all know he's getting out tomorrow. And there's going to be times where he may be at the house. Not in a romantic sense or anything, but to see Junior. And I don't want it to be a blow-up fight. I don't want the toxicity. I have a big problem with that. Because you have a custody agreement where he waived his rights to see him. Everything. And now he's suddenly just allowed to see his son again. It still bothers me, no matter... I don't know, Miranda. I know what the paper says. I know. And I understand why you're so protective of it. But ever since I left the hospital, with my amnesia, it's felt like a new life for me. And when you made me look at all those tapes of myself, I just looked so unhappy and so depressed. Yeah, I know you were depressed. I know you weren't happy, and it was because of your ex. Mom, I'm trying to also look at it as, let me see how Joey treats me right now. Let me see if he can back up what he's saying. But the other day we spoke about what the unforgivable things that he did were. And you said that, it's everyone else saying unforgivable, but I just don't get how you can forgive and move past some of the behaviors that he exhibited, some of the things that he did. I don't get that part. All the things he did to me. You know what I noticed in those episodes? I always picked his calls up. I always let him come in the house, right? I put off the divorce. I put off the custody. I constantly put things off, and I put up with him. And do you know why I did that, Mom? And this is really going to hurt to hear. And why is that? And I feel like whatever your answer is going to be, it's going to prompt a lot of people to just say that you both deserve each other at this point. Because there's no answer that I could deem appropriate right now. It's because, I look at those tapes and I look at myself and I can tell that even through all that crap, I still loved him. Yes, there's no denying that you didn't want to give up your marriage. We all know that. You fought hard to make it work. And you did love him. There's no secret there. But you hit that breaking point and then it was done. And then you washed your hands of the situation. Never did I think you would be going back. And yes, I hit that breaking point and I got a divorce. And I cut him off. And then we both became very toxic. I can probably count on one hand how many times I smiled throughout that whole time. Maybe I was upset because I got divorced. I don't know. I just wish you could feel what you felt in that time period. Because clearly watching it over didn't do anything to you. I know you don't want to hear it. But the fact of the matter is, since leaving the hospital, he has done nothing wrong to me. And for the first time in a very long time, according to those tapes, I actually felt happy. And looking forward to things and whatever else, Mom. So why am I going to throw that away? Why am I going to give that up and go back to being miserable Miranda always struggling, never getting a win. I'm tired of it. I was having fun. So everything I say, everything that I try to protect you with, all my opinions on this just don't matter. But I'm still your mother. And I just wish you would listen to me a little bit. No. It's not. I respect your opinion. It doesn't mean that I'm running back to him. And you act like... you act like I gave him everything the second that we left the hospital. You act like I put a ring back on my finger. We didn't even go in the room that you put a nanny cam above. We didn't even do that. We spoke to one another. He watched Junior and did nothing wrong. He did more than the bare minimum. He treated me right. He made me laugh. He made me feel good. He took my mind off of things. He made me forget that I have amnesia, no pun intended. So I don't know what the problem is. I don't get it. You're harping on the past and it's annoying me. I understand that, but it's kind of like a gateway. I'm just worried that these little things are going to become... And hold on. And then I can't get past the fact that you call me stupid for being happy. You call me stupid for being forgiving. When like all I ever believed in was being a good person and not holding grudges like my mother-in-law. And not harping on my mother-in-law would harp on everything and remember everything. And I don't want to be like that. I just want to be happy. But being happy is stupid. Because it's hard for me, Miranda. Watching you suffer for so long. And then the guy is finally out of your life. And he's back. And he gets a second chance. He doesn't deserve one for all the suffering. I hate that you use the term suffering like I'm a victim. I divorced him. I took full custody of my son. I kicked ass at work and got a promotion all by myself. I made it through being a single mom even though you had alimony money and didn't help me one bit with money. I did everything by myself and survived. Okay, I didn't smile a lot, but I wasn't suffering. Don't make me out to be a victim, Mom, because I'm not. You act like my life was so terrible. Okay, fine, you're right about that. You are. You did win. You took everything and you beat him. You did. I don't mean to make you out to be a victim, but what you are dismissive of, it's the fact that I was by your side through it all. And I watched it all happen. And then you were finally free and clear of all of this. And now we what? I have to do it again? No. I won't let... You're just so dismissive of everything I've ever done for you. Mom, I'm grateful for everything you've done for me and you having my back. But I'm at the point where I can make my own decisions. And you have to trust me. I'm a big girl. I don't need your help right now. And I told you that if Joey ever acted up, if he ever acted out and did anything wrong to me or disrespected me, I was done. But since leaving the hospital, he has not done that. He's done nothing wrong in my eyes. To you, playing video games after a 16-hour shift, you don't like that. Him smoking in his car, you don't like that. But those things don't bother me. Sending me pictures that you deem inappropriate. I get it, Mom. I understand you don't want to see that stuff. But, it doesn't bother me. That's what we used to do in our relationship. I know you don't want to hear that stuff. But it's what we did. So judge us, fine, okay. But he hasn't cursed me out. He hasn't been controlling. When I went back to work, he was very supportive. And you can call it fake or whatever, but it's not hurting me. And if he shows his true colors again, I'm out. But he hasn't. What's going to happen is you're going to trust this man and you're going to think he's changed and he's not. And you're going to wind up hurt, maybe dead. And if not you, something will happen to my grandkids. I know it. It can only escalate to that. There's no other, that's your life. I know that's going to happen. It's not a nice thing to say to me. It's going to be my fault if anything happens to your grandkids. He gets out of jail tomorrow, and I just know that this little bit of peace that we've had in the last 2 weeks, it's all going to go away, and all hell is going to break loose. Since when are you able to predict the future, Mom?